Good evening, everybody. SoCalsabre here, Bill Thornton, and where we find ourselves in Ebbets Field today as the Brooklyn Dodgers are hosting the American League Boston Red Sox. It is going into the top of the fifth, and it's a 3-3 game. In the first inning, Duke Snider put the Dodgers up with a solo home run, and then in the second inning, the Dodgers scored two more and a couple hits and an error by Gene Mauch. And then in the top of the fourth, the Boston scored three runs on a walk and 4 hits in the inning. So there we go. Both of these pitchers we got on the mound for Boston is Willard Nixon. He was 12-13 during that season. He was 3.68 ERA. And then for Brooklyn, we have Danny McDivitt on the mound, and he's a lefty. He was 7-4 with an ERA of 3.25. Let's get the cards in the reverse order here. And I moved over here. So we're ready to go with Jimmy Pearsall leading off the top of the fifth for Boston. .446 versus the lefty. 446 versus the lefty. That's a ground out to third for Pearsall. Ted Williams. Both of these pitchers are 25 endurance guys, so they could be getting close here. There's Ted Williams, 803 versus the lefty. We're going to be looking over here. He struck him out. Ted walked and scored his last time up. And here's Dick Gernert. 382 versus the lefty right here. And that's a ground out to short. 6-3, 1, 2, 3 in the fifth for Boston. Okay, bottom of the fifth. Leading off for the Dodgers is their first baseman, Gil Hodges. 677 versus the righty. And that's a ground out to short. Randy Jackson. 323 versus the righty. Right here, and that's a ground out, hard ground out to second. And brings up Roy Campanella, and their catcher. Roy's 0 for 1, went a walk, and it's 2 times up. 239 versus the righty. Right there, he walked him again. He walked last time and got stranded at third. Here's Don Zimmer. Got the start today. Don's 2 for 2 also. 777 versus the righty. He struck him out. Okay. Willard Nixon has reached his 25, so he could be subject to getting tired here pretty soon. As we go to the top of the sixth. For Boston, Jackie Jensen leading off. Jackie's 1 for 2 with an RBI. 110. That's the foul. This is a small. Foul territory. 79 going to small. And he's going to be out there. Fouled out to the first baseman. Wasn't small enough. Billy Consolo getting a start today. He's 0 for 2. We got a 350 or 852 versus the righty. 852, and that's a ground out, soft ground out to third. And Gene Mauch. Gene's committed 2 errors this game. 422 versus the lefty. 422 right here, and it's a ground out to second. So he's reached his point where he can start to get, if two guys get on. We're going into the bottom of the sixth. And okay, we got the pitcher, Danny McNiven. They're going to let him bat. 887 versus the righty. No, lefty. 887 versus the lefty. And he hits a double into the gap. The pitcher. Timeout. Got something going here with the card. Something wrong with my cards here. Okay, now I got it all straightened out. Jim Gilliam comes to the plate after the pitcher just doubled in the left center. That's a 87, and that's going to be a error check. We're going to be checking the error on. Oh, it's not going to be an error because it's a 0, so it's going to be a ground out to the pitcher, and the runner holds it to second. Gino Simoli, 703 versus the righty, right here, and he hits him. Okay, he's going to try to get out of this inning, but he is tired. Since that's the second guy that's got on since he reached his limit. So we're going to have to watch this. The Duke. It's a 91. It's going to be another error check. This time it's the pitcher. Another one. This is getting crazy here. So ground out. The runner's on first and second. Runner's forced at second, so we got first and third now. He's on with the fielder's choice. And the pitcher, McNiven, moves over to third. First and third, 2 down. So I threw that 0 twice in a row for that. Carl Furillo. 904 versus the righty. Right there, and there's a double into the gap, and everybody scores. Furillo with the second and third RBI of the game. Willard Nixon is trying to get out of this. He's due up next. Coming up, Jimmy Pearsall, 755 versus the righty. And now we got a deep drive. Bring that chart out here. Pearsall's a right pull. So let's see where he hit it at. 98, right pull. Okay, hit it in the right center. Now we'll check Pearsall's. Something's wrong, and my cards are still mixed up. Hold on a second. Pearsall's on Boston. Okay, here we go again. I don't know why I'm making these mistakes. It was Gil Hodges on that 798 versus the righty, and this time struck him out. But not before the Dodgers played 2 more. Brings up Sammy White for Boston. 474 versus the lefty. That's a fly out the center. This time we'll be taking the time out for a pinch hitter and a new pitcher for Boston. Okay, so the pinch hitter for Boston is Norm Zauchin. I'll spell it Z-A-U-C-H-I-N. Zauchin. He batted 264 during the regular season. Batting here in the top of the 7th. 187 versus the lefty. He walked him. It's the first guy to get on base since he reached his limit. Brings up the top of the order, Frank Malzone. Frank's 2 for 3 so far this game. 243. He walked him. First and second, 1 out. And now he is tired. See if he can make it through the inning. Jimmy Pearsall, who almost batted before for the wrong team, 118. There's a triple into the left center, and both runs are going to score. And that's going to be all for this guy. They drive in 2 with only 1 out, and the Brooklyn manager's seen enough. Okay, the new pitcher for Brooklyn is Don Bessette. Don was 1-3 with a ERA of 5.73 during the regular season. He's getting up there with a man on third with 1 out for Boston, with Ted Williams coming to the plate. There's the righty in there now, 4-18. That's a hard ground out to second. They would have been playing in, I believe. Let's see how we do this. Hard ground out with runner on third. Yeah, he's going to hold the runner. Because they would in real life. And Dick Gernert, 589 versus the righty. Outfield range. Dick is a right pull. 07. It's a flare in the right field. Let me check in the Carl Furillo's range is a B. .39. Then he makes a running grab for the third out, but the game is tied up. As they score 2 in the top of the 7th, making it 5-5. Okay, here we go, bottom of the 7th. Randy Jackson for the Dodgers. 943 for the righty. Right down here we're going to go, and he walked him. I forgot to tell you, it's Rudy Minarson on the mound for Boston, and he had no wins, no losses, and 2 saves during the regular season with an ERA of 4.40. There's Campanella. 762. He struck him out. He's a short reliever, so he'll be eligible to be tired after he faces a 7. Here's Don Zimmer. 783. I got that 7 going now. Struck him out. And the Dodgers call timeout as they're going to send a pinch hitter up for the come to the plate for the Dodgers. Pinch hitting in the bottom of the 7th with 1 out, or 2 outs with a runner on first is Sandy Amoros. 164. And that's a fly out to center. Okay, that's 3 down. Going to the top of the 8th. Now on the mound for the Dodgers is Carl Erskine. He was 5-3 with an ERA of 3.55 in the regular season. He's facing Jackie Jensen. 708 versus the righty. And there's a base hit to center. Billy Consolo. Doesn't get many starts, but it's not doing anything either. 429. It's a hard grind out to second. That's going to be a double play. 463 DP. That brings up Gene Mock. 814. Right there. Struck him out. They go down. Okay. Bottom of the 8th, top of the order. Jim Gilliam for the Dodgers. 311. That's a ground out to first. Gino Samoli. 764. Right there, struck him out. And Duke Snyder. 921 versus the lefty. He walked him. It's the third time Duke's walked this game. Been on every time. A fielder's choice at a home run the other times. Okay, Carol Furillo. Carol's got 3 RBIs this game. 793. Right there, struck him out. Okay, Minkaran looking pretty good. Let me see, he reached his limit. He's a 7. But nobody's on yet. Okay, top of the 9th, leading off for Boston, the catcher, Sammy White. 799. Struck him out. Okay, Boston sending up a pinch hitter. Coming to the plate, the bat for the pitcher is Gene Stevens. Gene had a 266 average during the year. Want to get something going at her if you can. 178. Going against the right-hander. 178 is a home run in the top of the 9th. Pinch hit home run by Gene Stevens. My goodness. Unbelievable. There we go. Frank Malzone with 1 out. On the go-ahead run already in. 982. Ground out to third. 5-3. And Jimmy Pearsall. And he got a 350. Right there, that's a base hit to left. Pearsall keeps it going with 2 outs. Brings up Ted, and he's been kind of quiet today. He's been up 4 times. He walked once, scored. Other than that, he hasn't done anything. 507. So now we got a bizarre going. We haven't had a bizarre the whole game. $257. If this don't make sense, sometimes I don't use it. $257. A routine grounder to third. check the team's morale on offense. I don't do the morale stuff. That's where you got to add up all the different hits and all of that stuff on the team's cards. Ted Williams, still the batting. 180. And that was a good roll for him because he just hit a home run, a 2-run homer. Boy, Carl Erskine has just come in and been destroyed. But I play that all the time on the Bazaars. If it's doing with the morale checks, I don't play it. Dick Gernert, 942 versus the righty. That's a fly out the center, but not before Boston placed 3 runs in the top of the 9th to go up 8-5. Okay, here we go. With the on the mound is Bob Chakales, Chakales for Boston. Bob was 0-3 with 3 saves with an ERA of 7.20. Let's see if he can hang on. He was a long reliever too. Okay, here's Gil Hodges, the leadoff for the Dodgers. 463, and he's a righty. That's a ground out the third, 5-3. Randy Jackson. 073, we're going to be doing an error check. We're going to be checking the right fielder, and that's Jackie Jensen. His error check's a 30. Let's get the chart out here. 58. 30, 58. It's a short fly out to right. 2 down. And Roy Campanella. 730 versus the righty. And it's a deep drive by Roy. Hit a good. Saw Roy's a right pull. I'm pretty sure. Let me double check that. Right pull. 91. Right pull. He's going. Right pull. He's going to right center with it, even though he's a right pull. Okay. Then we're going to see what is against the right hand. He's a B power. 68B. 370 feet to right center. The ball's carrying +5 today. So, what did I just say that was? 68. Yeah, so it's 375 feet to right center. And we go over here and we check Ebbets Field. Go to right center. 375 feet. 300 more than 370. And that's over the screen onto Bedford Avenue for a home run for Roy Campanella. Get one of them back. Brings up Don Zimmer. Don's 2 for 4 in the game. Can he keep it going? And it's a, oh no, 41, yeah, 41. It is an error check. And we're checking the third baseman. Frank Malzone's error rating is a 65. Let's get the chart out. 22, third baseman. The ball bounces off his chest. The third baseman recovers but throws not in time. So a 1 base error, and they're keeping it alive. So he's E5. Right on the right team will be all right. So we're going to have a pinch hitter coming up here for the Dodgers. Coming to plate to hit for the pitcher is Charlie Neal. I think I just screwed up the last pause. It might be a little longer, so hang in there. Charlie Neal, 821. And he struck him out, and that is the ball game. The final 8-6. That gives Boston a 2-2 record at this point. And let's see what the Dodgers are. The Dodgers are 1-3 at this point. Carl Erskine gets tagged with a loss on that one. And I believe it was Rudy McLaren who got the win. And Chakales got the loss. So sorry if I goofed up that last little pause there. So guys, thanks for stopping by. Hope you enjoyed. Go down there and hit the like button if you enjoyed it, and push it out on your most social media channels. Subscribe if you haven't done so yet. SoCalsabre saying take care of yourselves, be kind to each other, and stay safe.